fights. Everything is fantastic. Welcome to Root Gaming versus BOM. Whoever wins this is in through to the bloody qualifiers. This is like a big...
I thought this was a BO3.
It is a best of 3. I mean, whoever wins this, best of 3. It's a best of 3, by the way, folks. Once again, I am Llama Down Under. I am joined by about 7 llamas on stats who just said hello there. And we've got I'm Extra Bored helping me with the commentary because we need help here. We need a lot of help.
He's in the restroom right now, so I'm taking his place right now.
Well, we don't have I'm Extra Bored. Apparently, a well-timed bathroom break. We already got picks and bans flying out. The IO. Everybody knows about the IO. It has a win rate very high right now. You can tell us about that once we get into the game, or not at all. We all know it's good. So the Spectre, the Doom ban out, pretty standard as well. They've been picked or banned almost all the games this patch, I think. Maybe all the games.
Our little friend the Wisp is sitting at a comfortable 60% win rate.
Yeah. And now we have the Darkseer pickup. Xuan has not played a hero other than Darkseer for this entire Majors qualifier number 2.
Wait, how many games have Root played? With Darkseer then?
Maybe 7?
7 in a row.
Yeah. So either way, there's gonna be the Shadow Fiend Disruptor pickup. Disruptor, one of the few heroes in lane who can make sure that Darkseer is deadly dead. Sorry, trying to pull a Ned Flanders. Didn't quite work. This is I'm Extra Bored who just spoke, so I think this makes a lot of sense. The Shadow Fiend always a good hero to have on Radiant. A bit, you have to be careful about picking it early, but you know they're not going for a clockwork. So, and then the Wyvern. We know here on the stream that Dup is a huge fan of both of these heroes, so Root probably going to be very comfortable in these picks.
Yeah, it's just the big team fight combo that whoever you pick is going to be, you know, caught out of position with the vacuum and with the Winter's Curse. That it's just super reliable right now, and that's why it's being picked a whole lot.
Yeah.
Over, you know, more unconventional big team fight heroes like Tide.
Yep. So what I find to be super interesting here is we have a Slaughter ban out. I'm not quite sure I'm getting why that is a thing.
5 seconds.
I haven't been able to keep up with the meta from like this recent patch,
so Slaughter has been picked for offlane a lot. This utility Slaughter, he goes blink, he goes full stuff, or he goes full stuff and then blink depending on how well he's farming. But Wyvern has Cold Embrace, so I'm not sure why they're so worried about the Slaughter. Maybe just don't want to have a minus armor strat with the Shadow Fiend.
It might be, I don't know, it might be something that they're picking later on, that they're afraid of getting, you know, just constantly ganked by the Sword.
Could be an Ember.
What I'd guess.
Ember hates physical damage, so either way, we're going to be getting into this one. Anti-Mage banned out as well. We've all seen the Anti-Mage in good hands. Rips apart everyone, and with Wyvern and Darkseer, you don't want to play against that. This next ban out, though, there's a lot of things, right? You don't know what their core is, you don't know what their mid is. They go with the Slok.
Ember Spirit.
And it's the Ember for
Dire team
Bomb. Wow, that's their name. Bomb? Bomb? Yeah, that's their name. Wow.
Bomb. It probably stands for, it looks like it stands for something.
It's an acronym for Band of Misfits.
Yeah, I like it. So, let me just give an update. I see people asking this. We're going to be 2 minutes late, but hey, let's say it anyway. We've got on the lineup of Root Gaming, because these are not their real names. This is Dup, this is KVH, this is Xuan, this is Frogus, and this is Thitu.
5 seconds remaining.
And they had a roster shuffle. As you may know, Monkeys Forever left for Archon, and then Waga left shortly after. I do not know the reasons there.
Do we know anything more about BOM?
I don't, but they've made it this far. I will take a look at who they've knocked out. Sorry, I just got a message from the admin that the other admin timed out, so we may have to play admins this match, which is always fun.
That is,
Do we have a set of rules for that?
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I asked the admins. It looks like... I'm trying to see whether they beat out Tongfu NA. They beat out... I think Tongfu NA is the most famous team that they beat out. So... well played to them. So... and
hopefully we should see some exciting matches.
Radiant team pick.
I think this makes sense, right? You need a lot of lockdown for an Ember.
Yeah, it also gives them... oh, that's a Night Stalker. But the Shadow Shaman also lets them push in aggressively, which I mean, it's a bit hard against a Shadow Fiend, but the rest of their, like, Disruptor doesn't really react to pushes that well. He reacts to team fights around pushes pretty well, but, the Shadow Shaman can just, you know, drop wards and back off.
Yeah. So, the Night Stalker pickup, though, we've seen this Night Stalker, the support Night Stalker, or the offlane Night Stalker, do a lot of work. It is devastating. So, and also, just a really strong, hero.
I was gonna say, like, one of the things I sort of like about Night Stalker is he sort of, preemptively counters a lot of the carry pool. But Root react to that, and they just pick a Juggernaut for their, probably their safe lane. Because that's among the heroes that are messed up by Night Stalker, that's one of the heroes that's less messed up, just because he can just spin and TP or something.
Yeah. So, this is going to be interesting. We've got a Jug pickup. Not quite sure I see the synergy here, so...
It seems to me like a pushing lineup. They've got the Shadow Shaman for wards, they got the Juggernaut for healing ward, they got a Darkseer for, you know, making sure the team fight goes their way once that breaks out. They have a Wyvern for everything, because Wyvern's just good. It seems to me like they'll be really trying to rush into towers and finish the game early, which they're going to have to fight into, you know, the Disruptor and the Shadow Fiend, and if the Emperor gets a Battle Fury, it's going to be really hard. And it might not be a question of if, but when, depending on how the Shadow Shaman's early game rotations go on the Emperor Spirit. They pick a Tusk, which I think is really good for protecting the Emperor Spirit as well. Between Disruptor and Tusk, I think it's, well, the Tusk is offlane, isn't it? Or is the Night Stalker offlane? Am I not connected to TeamSpeak?
No, you are. Sorry, I am having issues in Twitch chat. Someone's restreaming me, and I don't want to get banned.
Oh,
So I'm trying to ask them to stop, and they're refusing to stop, so I'm freaking out a little bit, but hey, happens to the best of us. I'm gonna try to ignore it and just keep casting, because I don't think we should worry about that. We've got interesting pickups and Alk. Oh, how many people can you shove Ags into here?
Only the Wyvern doesn't have an Ags upgrade. The others have, between decent and good Ags upgrades, I think. None of them are really in the useless Ags bracket. Yeah. Except for, well, Wyvern doesn't have one.
So.
But the Darkseer one is one you don't see very often, just because, usually you want to go more utility items on the Darkseer. The Darkseer Ags gives you, makes your Wall of Replica make illusions that do a whopping 140% damage, which is literally, like, you know, stronger than the original hero. You get punched by a stronger version of yourself, and Brute looks like they're already smoking up. Going to take the early Roche.
I don't know if it's an early Roche. I think it could it be an early Roche?
No, they can't. They
didn't get the right skills. So...
I was saying, like, if you got, like, the Acid Spray, and, Acid Spray, Cold Embrace, and the Healing Ward, you might be able to take a Roche. It's still pretty hard, but they're just, smoking through the jungle, it looks like.
Yeah.
And both teams are actually smoking around each other.
Yep.
Do you want to introduce the teams?
Yeah, this is pretty common that this type of thing happens, where they just kind of miss out on each other. I'm gonna go over Root, because this is the team I've been following, and is a nice team that I'm a fan of. We have KVH playing up the Jug. We have, Alchemist being played by Thitu. Looks like he's going to go mid. Frogus on the Shadow Shaman. Xuan on the Darkseer. And Wyvern being played up by Dup. So going to be interesting to see exactly how all of this falls out. And tossing it over to you for the side of Bomb.
Alright, over here in the Band of Misfits lineup, we have, Reaper leading the charge on Night Stalker. It looks like they're already going to get into some trouble here.
Yeah, we've got a nice spin coming up, but they're in the snowball, but it looks like First Blood going down to Root Gaming, and they might be able to get Tusk as well. He's very tanky, but Ion Shell burning away. Maybe they go on the Ember. Actually, a miscommunication, but Dup body blocking up Ember, and they're going to get 2 easy kills to start this off. Now a kinetic field, meaning that the action is completely going to stop. So, nice and easy there.
That was, I feel like it was just straight up Root has a better level 1 lineup than Band of Misfits, and I think that alone is basically what turned it there.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where if you can get the 5-man snowball, you can sometimes do something good on somebody left unawares, but not the case here. So
should finish introducing them because they still deserve that. Reaper on the Night Stalker who went down. Brink over here in the mid lane playing the Shadow Fiend. Echo on the Tusk. For Shakuras on the Ember Spirit. Is that a StarCraft line reference? And then we have Noob on the Disruptor.
Yeah. Who
just found his little blocking ward, blocking his camp, so he'll be happy about that.
So, anyway, getting back into it, Brink having a bit of a rough time in lane with that acid spray down. A bit surprising there. Looking over at his lost hits, though, he's going to get a couple up here, and he now has one soul. So this top lane also really is something interesting, right? The Tusk, normally we see him blocking up the creeps so he can pull them back a little bit. This lane, even with the snowball, a bit scary. He gets caught out of position here, spun on, he can take a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, one of the advantages of Shadow Shaman is that he just has, the Wyvern wrapped around and killed the courier.
It's pretty common play by Dub. He likes doing that. He sometimes sends Froggus to do it. He might even be able to come in here. His Octic Bone is down. That's how he killed the courier. But we'll see whether they can do something else here. And instead...
No, the Shadow Fiend's mega set now. He's super low. He has no health, no mana, and no bottle. It was on the courier, but he did get it.
So, gonna be a nice little start for Root Gaming. Already about a 2,000 net worth swing. Killing a courier is huge. Gets you all pretty fat. So...
No goal.
But yeah, like, as the Tusk, if you do get caught out, you can't snowball out of the chain disables from Shadow Shaman. He has, like, tons of time to just hold you down. You get spun on, you just die.
Double damage.
Now, we see Tusk taking quite a bit of damage. At the same time, he's just going to walk it off Ice Shards to try to see if he can disrupt this pull, and no. So, either way, KBH farming up a Storm. The Alk also, what build has he decided to go? Maxing Acid Spray from the looks of things. I've seen a bunch of different builds on Alchemist lately, so...
I think lately what I've seen is mostly the max Acid Spray, get 1 point in greed, get Concoction depending on your lane, but I think it's been relatively popular lately to get the just Acid Spray in mid lane, because it's basically been buffed up by 1 level worth of damage at every single level, and he's going in on the Shadow Fiend. You might see a kill here.
Yep, he does. He just Acid Sprays, auto-attacks him down. Nice, easy minus armor. How do you feel about the fact that Acid Spray, for some reason, after the most recent patch, barely shows up on the match? Like... Sorry, on the map?
It shows up... I mean, I can tell where it is, but I would like it if it was more visible, I guess.
So, wondering how much that factored in, but I think it was just, as you said, the bottle. Lack of a bottle? Shadow Fiend can't do too much there.
No, it basically started out with, like, the Shadow Fiend was still super low. He never healed up. The Alk just channeled his stun for 2 seconds, tossed it out, and, you know, like, you just get stunned for half a second. You're already, like, super low health. There's nothing he could do.
Yeah. Now, when you're this far ahead on an Alchemist, I wonder whether he's going to go the Solar Crest build or something else. This means that he should be able to fight early if he goes the Solar Crest build, but there are a bunch of people that I would love to shove an Aghanim Scepter into in this lineup, right? You can have big fat wards. Jug, it reduces, you know, it's okay on the Jug. It reduces the cooldown, makes it a little bit better. And the Darkseer, I think, is certainly an interesting Ags upgrade that we don't really ever get to see Darkseers go.
Yeah, but at the same time, I do feel like a lot of the Ags upgrades on Root are good, but none of them are really, like, you know, core like they are on Doom or Night Stalker. Because, like, those heroes, when they're played in these roles, they basically always get Ags, right? And then, these heroes, I don't know, like, Shadow Shaman gets Ags as a luxury in competitive games.
Yeah, 100%. Doom actually has been foregoing the Ags a lot recently, instead going more utility items, but I understand the point. It's something where it's not necessary, it would just be nice. And so I can see the Alk being a battle Alk first. Oh, we miss a kill on the top lane. Looks like Jug went super deep. Night Stalker, can he do anything? But there is the chains and nothing gonna be happening here on the return. It is nighttime though, that Void doing a lot of damage and just gonna walk it off for Froggus. So a nice little kill up there. And we are 4-0. We have about almost a 5,000 net worth lead. Only So this is something that's at least a little bit better for the side of Bomb. They only have about a 750 experience lead. If it were also a 5,000 experience lead, I would be saying things are pretty damn grim. So.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to, you know, make something happen with this Night Stalker early. He's going in on Derp, but
yeah, normally this Night Stalker, oh, he's probably going to be fine here. Normally the support Night Stalker, he does try to get some kills involved in that first nighttime. You need 2, at least, usually 3 or 4 is even better kills in that first nighttime, otherwise your effectiveness is greatly reduced. And looking like he might not be able to get them here. So.
Jesus, Alchemist is gonna...
Be back. Up top, though, we have an engagement. Derped up, taking a lot of damage, using the Cold Embrace to save himself up. Is the spin going to come out of KVH? He's going to be able to spin through the kinetic field, but it looks like Disrupt is going to go down. Froggus holding Reaper. I don't know. Froggus might take a lot of damage here. They have more than enough, but with the Zap coming out, they managed to pick off the Night Stalker. That Sigil not going to save him from the Aethershock. So.
It's another unfortunate 2-for-1 trade.
And Brink almost falls in the mid. So, taking a lot of damage on Alchemist, but of course with that Chemical Rage, he doesn't give a shit.
This Alk is going to be farming up a Storm, because he's also been grabbing the Ancients every single lately.
He's got 1800 gold saved up. I'm not quite sure what he's going for. I don't know if it's the Solar Crest build. I don't know if he's going to rush a Radiance, get a Blink. Who knows? So, again, pulling ahead, the net worth is actually most telling about the Alk. So, it's not too bad for BOM. It's usually when it's split this many ways. We have an engagement up on top, though. What is going on? The Doxy is up here, too. And Night Stalker trying to make the most of his lost night, but not quite working. So,
The Jug is probably just, maybe, no, he's just going to farm the jungle now. I was going to say, maybe he's just going to wait for the Wyvern to come over and heal him.
Yeah.
He's just going to transition to jungle when we...
They're trying to go on Derp. Maybe they have it. They have so many dead. The kinetic field does latch just with the Void, and you can't avoid Razors with that Cold Embrace. Long-range Rage to finish him off. No, just gonna auto-attack him down. So Derp. Goodbye on that Wyvern, and Ryanoob getting that kill. So 2 to 6, getting themselves on the board, getting themselves a nice big, any pick off at this point because of the net worth lead. Big for them.
Yeah, it's a sizable gold change, especially shared across like 3 heroes.
Yeah, 100%. So.
I don't think we've said anything with this bottom lane yet.
No,
I mean,
I actually
basically
haven't.
nothing's happened because it's like it's an Ember Spirit versus Darkseer, and I mean both those heroes are basically never going to kill each other. But
looks like Ember's having a bit better time just because he can actually feel comfortable approaching the creep wave. And top though, we miss a kill on the Tusk and gonna be. Yeah.
He just got omnied on. He tried to avoid the omni, but the Jug ran around from behind and not from ahead.
Looking at very dominantly in favor of Root. And if you know the story of Root, they had a roster shuffle that was pretty painful for them, so glad they're doing a lot better. The other interesting thing that I would love to see, so talking on the Ember Spirit, just because he hasn't got any kills or doesn't have those farming mechanisms, he's, like an Alchemist, he's actually quite far behind despite having fantastic CS. He's doing fine when it comes to CS, he's just, you know, you can't keep up with an Alch.
He's cutting the wave here. He's gonna pressure the tower quite a bit just by cutting this wave here.
Yeah. So remnanting away, but maybe we'll have a go on the SF in mid. And not looking like it. So if this game, you know, we're gonna be, if this game goes super late, I think I would probably give it up to the side with the Ember, just because I feel like... Oh, Froggus is DC'd again, is he? Because Froggus is always DC'd? Never mind, this time it was Juan.
I don't know, the 5-man Ags is a pretty persuading argument for Root's late game, in my opinion. I mean, I guess it's...
I apparently didn't mute my mic and just ear blasted you all. I'm sorry, I was trying to type something quickly, so I remembered it. And sorry about that. What were you saying? Oh, we have a Searing Chains on Derp in the bottom. He can Cold Embrace himself, but it's gonna be out. Oh, actually, close, but no cigar for this Ember Spirit for Shocker. And now, sorry, for Shocker, I didn't play StarCraft. And actually, they're just gonna look at each other.
I think it's a StarCraft reference.
They just like look at each other there a little bit, touch each other's butts. I expected, because it's a max level Flame God, for it to outdo the healing of the Cold Embrace, but no cigar.
It's 60 damage per second, and Cold Embrace is like 20 plus 3%. I can't work out that math right now.
Yeah.
But it's... Yeah, I think it's about the same.
Yeah. Gonna be... It's also health-based, so I just thought it's a Wyvern. Like, what... How are you out health-based regen? So...
There's a smoke going on bottom. They might catch the Emperor, but that's a hard target.
Of course.
He has a remnant up.
Yep, but they free him! He doesn't manage to get away, and they use the shackle! The Omni Slash isn't quite there, but oh, he remnants away on 90 health, and he's gonna TP out. Oof. As you said, it is a hard target to go on.
There's a few too many creep bounces. Just one too many creep bounces on the... If he, like, managed to land at the Ember Spirit just one more time, they would have gotten him. But he did have the prepared safety remnant up.
Yeah, so... In the meantime, let's take a look at item pickups. It's about 11 minutes.
Alchemist is getting the Radiance.
Oh.
It's happening. He's gonna farm up a Storm. And speaking of, oh, he's fine.
Yeah, it's kind of
he
funny.
Almost got...
You were saying?
He was being casually harassed by the Night Stalker.
Yeah. It's kind of funny, because I think that the Alk is someone who used to go the Radiance, and I think a lot of people thought it was a bit silly, but the Radiance, of course, getting buffed, evasion added in. So, now, actually kind of good. And especially if you get it up very early on, it's not going to be one of those sub 10-minute Radiances, but he's gonna, he might have it after this Ancient Stack. Holy stack holy, as they say. In the meantime, Ember Spirit is hunting Wyvern in the jungle. Can he find her? Probably not. But it's about to be nighttime, and Nightstalker's in bottom lane, so never mind. Thought maybe he'd be involved in something, but no such luck. Looking at some item pickups, I wonder whether we'll see anything in particular to itemize, you know, Alk as someone who can farm really fast. Maybe he'll pick up that Abyssal Blade for lockdown on the Ember.
I think eventually you definitely want the, like, Abyssal Blades on your cores to lock down the Ember. But I mean, for now, the Ember's been farming okay, but he's not, you know, he hasn't been the, if you have just a Radiance, you can just stand around and passively burn off his Flame Guard.
Exactly. Goodbye, Flame Guard. Goodbye, everything. And, we're gonna see TP's out, and I'm really concerned. This Night Stalker doesn't seem to be doing as much as you would need in this nighttime. So he is level 6 this time, and has a deep ward that he should be seeing something with, but just not finding any pickups. Nobody's in the dire jungle.
Just pinged out Derp, I think, but they're just looking through the jungle instead.
Yeah, I think they want something bigger.
Are they gonna find it? No, they're not gonna find a Dire Courier.
Almost! Dire Courier doing fun evasive maneuvers. They do see it. Oh, if they could have found the Dire Courier, but it is too late for that. They're gonna be gone on maybe now. Ice Shards do come out. The silence for 5 years out on the docks here, but the wards are dropped, and that is a very dead Tusk. Next down gonna be, oh, a nice Requiem of Souls all over their faces, but the Winter's Curse gonna work on the Shadow Fiend, and oh, with the Omni Slash. Finally, all 4 of them dead? Yeah, an interesting interaction there. Omni Slash, of course, in Winter's Curse means that the non-cursed, the targets attacking the cursed unit take 70% damage reduction, but nobody cared. Like, they had so much better damage with this experience and level lead and a gold lead that they just took them down despite the damage nerf.
Yeah, they, unfortunately for BOM, they had to fight inside the wards, and, like, that was ultimately, I think, their downfall. The fact that they were in such a tight choke point, they had to fight in the wards, and that also set them up for 2-man Winter's Curse.
Yeah. So, looking like a very dominating lead from Root Gaming, and as we talked about, this is a best of 3, but whoever wins this best of 3 goes through to the qualifiers, and I don't want to say anything bad, but Root Gaming's been, and also this other lineup has been through some very hard opponents to get here, but this game, and I've seen a lot of very even games. We had the fantastic base race yesterday. This one looking like a stomp.
Yeah, it's hard to raise a candle to the 800 GPM on Alchemist at the 14-minute mark. And it's only going to get bigger because he's got that Radiance. He's just going to, like, look, he's walking the jungle. Like, hi, there's a Satyr family. You're now money.
Yeah, don't set up shop there, kids. So, going to be hard to come back. I do think if this went very late, Alk is always known for coming online early. Never mind, they're throwing stuff at SF's head. He takes that unstable concussion. The Splinter blows his ball, and they're just gonna bloody walk him down. Jug coming in to get on in this action, and while he explodes all over their faces, they don't give a shit, as we say. So, first item, Blink Dagger. Yeah, we have no stats on that item, so... Nice pickup there. And they're gonna go for the...
And they're just taking the rush now.
Yeah, and it's not even that early. Do we have a medallion on anyone? It doesn't super matter with the ward. There's a blink up on Frogus as well. This is just what they needed to get rid of the Ember. So. Wow. Okay then. So that happened.
I wonder if they put the healing ward up on the cliff on purpose.
Yeah.
That's a little actually inconvenient.
Yeah, you can't get it down from there. It doesn't have flying movement, right?
No.
It's just up there forever now. Doing good work to try and take this tier 2 tower. As I was saying, I think the Ember Spirit Shadow Fiend do late game outscale a Jug Alk, because Alk gets 6-slotted very fast. What is going on here? We have an Omni Slash, almost picks up the Night Stalker, now he's gonna go ham. They have nothing to stop him in this Omni Slash, and they can't even keep him in the kinetic field. Magic Immunity burning. There's gonna be a snowball, but doesn't matter. Winter's Curse. This is gonna be a very dead Ember Spirit. He's, oh, nice, actually really nice Static Storm coming out. Ember has rendered it over to the side. Can they chase him down? TP out from Ryanu. Do they have anything to stop it? No. Searing Chains, meaning that they can't chase on the Jug. He pops a Healing Ward, this time not so out of position. Kind of a nice remnant, but he's turned into a little sheep. Goodbye. So in the meantime, Shadow Fiend takes mid tower, and that's something.
Even though the Night Stalker has, like, you know, it's nighttime and he has 2 points of Hunter of the Night, the Jug with his phase boots, Yasha, just, like, he could keep the spin on him. And that's, you know, when you expect to be, like, one of the faster supports who can outpace anyone, that's pretty unsettling, I think.
100% agree. Okay, even on other patches where it was a thing, Blink Jug wasn't really a thing based on our stats. So they're just gonna go for this tier 2 push as we talked about. They have heaps of sustain here. Actually maybe, oh, there come the creep waves, so they also have this Aegis for another 3 minutes. It's not, a lot of the times when we see these pushes, you know, it's nearing the end of the Aegis life. They've gotten a lot of work done, and it's daytime.
I think, one of the thing about the Blink Jug is just the fact that he's not the main carry. Like
aggressive blink forward, turning him into a little bit of a piggy. This is probably going to be a dead Ember Spirit. Can they get the latch off? They do. There are the shackles. I don't think they have the damage here though. Now Requiem of Souls going off, going to super reduce what Jug is putting out, and he may actually go down to a long range raise and an auto attack. Will they do it? No, he actually backs up long range raise. No, not quite. Ember killing, showing that healing ward. He's the boss of the healing. So he's got that.
Unfortunately for Emperor, he wasn't feeling confident enough to put more points in Sleight of Fist, which would have given him the cooldown to Slight Change the Jug there. But if you're behind, then getting more Sleight of Fist is it's a bit of a lofty goal, I suppose.
Yeah.
Over. I mean, personally, I go something like 2-1-4 and then max Scythe before chains, but that's if I'm doing well.
Yep. So, looking at the Ember though, he does have the bots. This is something that's nice. It's a little bit... I worry about it here because it does make you squishier, but at the same time it really saves you on farming. You're going to be TPing around the map a lot to farm. You save gold with those TPs, and you get a lot of work done if you can come to engagements. The other things really coming out of the Dire lineup, we have a Mech and a Sange onto Shadow Fiend, and that's about it. Now,
so here's a question. How do you beat an 8-0 Juggernaut with Blink Ags at the 19-minute mark?
I think you have to desperately try to hold, but as you're accurately pointing out, Jug isn't going to be worried. He'll just jump past the creep wave that you've raised down and ult you. So, not quite sure.
I think,
and Jug was force-fed in Ags, right?
Yeah, he was fed in Ags.
Has anybody else been force-fed those Ags? Do we have Ags inside other people? And with the wards!
Not yet.
I don't think they have anybody who can right-click these down. SF feeling not that great. He does have 36 souls back up, but this tower falling quickly. They've gotten rid of a couple of the wards. There's the nighttime pop, but they're still going in. They, as you said, the blink forwards. There's the Omni slash Brink. Does manage to pop the mech. He now shares the load a bit, but Jug still going in ham. Still has that Aegis. He's still going spinning back, actually. The Static Storm not hitting on anyone barely. They're probably just going to lose his life toward the tower, but that's fine. They should be able to get a Rax here. A 20-minute Rax. There's the buyback on the Shadow Fiend. Let's see if he can do anything. Winter's Ghost coming out. Gonna make his allies kill him off, and there is a vacuum combo. Where's the wall, not even bothering with it. There's gonna be a spin. That's a dieback on the Shadow Fiend. Tusk is dead as well. This is definitely a Rax in the bottom lane. They can also then rotate top, and that's the GG call. So we're gonna be headed into a game 2. Wow. So
that was a fast GG.
yeah. So once again, we're gonna be, I'm Llama Down Under. I would love your feedback on how to get better as a caster, as I am a new caster. We're gonna be headed into game 2 right quick, and now Root Gaming, 1 game away from qualifying for these majors. So let's see exactly what's gonna be going on. So let me get us ready.